Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the P.O.C. pattern of conduct, the ongoing real-time documentation of what is the criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in violation of 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is the pattern of conduct underway by a public entity, that is the state of California, that is engaging in federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California. So this is group conduct. And this is the practicing of what are the criminal elements of monitoring amongst what is the demon possessed. And so this is what is documentation of terrorism as it is underway by a public entity in concert with the people of the state who are in the shoes of the government as this criminal system is in ceaseless operation. And as the state engages in this demented group conduct, this is revealing how the public entity, that is the state of California, that is in the United States of America, how terrorism of an American citizen plays out, what that looks like, how that is facilitated amongst a people, amongst a government, how it is public corruption in plain sight, and not only that, how you formulate policy and how you prosecute that which is demonic conduct, it's demonic activity, but that which is in no way impervious to prosecution in federal court, and being subject to ratification into federal policy. This is the P.O.C. All right, it is 8:45 a.m. and it is Friday, November 19, 2021. I want to document the people of the state at third-party facilitating venue Ontario Village Shopping Plaza, specifically at what is Stater Brothers at 646 West Holt, where the entity engaged in bathroom monitoring, and they are monitoring under the fake sun, which is subdued. The state is covering it up, but I've already shown it's day and night. The entity is engaged in POC. But nonetheless, the state's fake sun is over this parking lot at 8:46 a.m. This is license plate 122TW. That's a handicap license plate. And I want to speak to what is demon possession. Let me give you an example. The driver gets out. He's physically handicapped, or at least I have seen third parties act like they are physically handicapped as though it's some form. They are moving under the fake sun in directed light. They are still engaging in the demonic behavioral pattern of stalking with activity and moving abruptly in order to be in the path as I move. It's demon possession you are witnessing. It has nothing to do with some mental or physical incapacity. All right, and I want to be clear, that group stalker monitoring, and the entity is engaging in sexual violence monitoring in the bathroom. The entity entered the restroom while I'm in there, and understand they're already engaged in corporate surveillance, okay? So you have what is entering inside of that bathroom in operation of a communication device to engage in that federal stalking conduct inside of that private space, and doing so on behalf of the government, right? With ongoing knowledge of the documentation, you're understanding what is the consistency of what is a very violent sex offender, that is stalking. 674SG, handicap. 7WSL381. I want to get this African American male stalking in line. 8HSF837. 6ECL634. At least that's the vehicle that he approached. 8M33395. 7BPJ842. 8XPG760. 8TBP171. 8TRR902. 6L45788, 40977S2, 5YJV970, 6AUD891, 4GOY971, 5ZQW767, 7TGN093, 6RCG146, 7GBD426, 8F18103, 7VZW702, a heart, MHR82, 6WLH318, 8C02296, 8VKS225, 8CGE318, 46499H2. And again, it is, like I stated, 8:48 in the morning, and the state's fake sun is directly over my head in the parking lot of the Stater Brothers, where I've shown you just as recently as a couple days ago when you're talking about in the evening. This is 4 p.m. After 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and the state's fake sun is right over me while Garda-World is group stalking under that fake sun and terrorizing with directed light with the people of the state. 7ROR769, and the fake sun is right over the parking lot while that appears to be a Latino male is in that Garda-World, a commercial vehicle engaging in the same exact demonic activity, federally stalking with the state under the fake sun that was over this exact same parking lot after 3 p.m. All right. This is the state engaging in that same exact conduct and stalking in the bathroom. Yeah, the African-American does drive 8HSF 837. 4PJH301. This is P.O.C, and I've already established that. I am documenting what is ongoing sexual violence, and the entity is a sex offender. And I was going to document them whether or not they're stalking in the bathroom, but I want to make clear their violent sex. All right, 7UKP415. As I capture that video of the state concealing its fake sun, which is right in the sky above me, they're stalking in their vehicle, maintaining presence in the path in the parking lot, and the state is also amplifying plane engines. Okay, they're monitoring. License 8ROD477. It's 8:54 a.m. I just captured that video right now. 8CHN384. 7WKF088. 14129U1. 8NVU561. 7HV. Oh, I already read that one. 7NHS223, 8BHP911, 6TUM978, 7R58109, 4PJH301, 6DXU441, 8AKR927, 5COA889, 6MYL679, 5YCD485, 8AEF911, I believe, 8AEF911, yeah. 8VNK753, 8G86826, 6MKR415, 5031OC1. I think I read this one, 8WDN176, yeah. EN847, that's a handicap plate. 4SXH842, 8G8, I read that one already, hold on. 39577B3. This demon-possessed stalker has a sticker on his car talking about defend the fire amendment. like he's some hardcore patriotic American. He's monitoring American citizens and he's demon possessed. He's a stalker. He's a psychopath. 5C-GC-271 and a sex offender. 7TZT-361, 7JBY-518, 7KRX-529, LOQERAS, and it's 8:55 a.m. Alrighty, this is license plate. See, 89132Z2. That's a stalker that's monitoring with that license plate. 89132Z2, P.O.C. As I walk toward, that's creation of audible activity. All right. They're demons that are entirely focused on what I'm doing as I'm doing it while they're listening to me document them for their prosecution. 6HSY167, 6N05750, 8UJJ102, 7NVK478. It's 8:56 a.m. 6EXR726, 8DUB854, 8SHN312, 8JQL664, 7WUY445, 7AXE772, 7BVT776, 5GBM185, 4WOG777. Can't see that one. Alrighty, it is 8:56 a.m. Alrighty, want to get patrolling in and out. This one over here, I already read that one. 6VVF826, excuse me. 6VVF826. And that's the state sounding plane engines. The ongoing indication, it's a hallmark of the people that are stalking as well. It is 8:57 a.m. License 8RUZ784 4EPB763. Paper BM09H26. RUB714. 5FRH957. Monitoring at Starbucks at 706 West Hall. The people are stalking via that drive-thru. That's called relevant positioning and light activity. Loitering in relevant position as well. While I am getting license plates for example, what I just did at the Ontario Shopping Center, they're in relevant position. They're monitoring right now. Just like I showed you under the fake sun, while those demons had a large truck, the Trujillo truck, and aiming directed light across that, showing showing the world that they are demon possessed in the state of California, that they are monitoring, all right, showing you the administration of those elements as they were underway. 5PLW055, 7DSV668, 7ZUW153, 4N60366, 6DXU441, following to the street, stalking in the parking lot of the Ontario Village Shopping Center. License 7FSH023. All right, and they're monitoring now. 7ECV075, 7GDD684, 7TDU867, 8JYJ773. It's 8:59 a.m. 9:06 a.m. The state is amplifying plane engines. 5TLZ775, 7KYA242, 6XAV028. Amplifying plane engines right where I'm sitting in front of the Golden Bear Inn at bus stop number 5098, I believe. Understand that is the state stalking via aircraft. Okay, 5809, bus stop number 5809. Were the state taking off from the Ontario airport, it would already be elevated to the sky. You're not going to hear it. I've shown you in video and pictures the state hovering by planes while it's stalking via aircraft. 8DHK602, 7XLE321, and that's exactly what it's doing donuts in the sky, keeping in relevant position to me, amplifying audible activity. This is criminal facilitation while it's monitoring with the people of the state. All right, and it is keeping its fake sun over my head while it is underneath what's fog. Okay, the state is stalking with an environment. Plane engines over my head is the part of the environment as well. Understand that. And the people are stalking. So let me be clear. Student Transportation of America, Chaffee Joint Union High School, group stalking, crossing path by the bunches, demons in school buses, monitoring American citizens. And doing so, I'm at, again, San Antonio and Hope Boulevard, and it is 9:07 a.m. 7HWT008, 6JKX891, but I can't really see that one. 8W93772. License. This is Pomona CBAS. Pomona CBAS is 8W93772. A Heart ZSHOEZ. 6LPD181 89132Z2. That's the one I was reading in the parking lot of Ontario Village. Loitering railway position crossing path now. 7YJJ088 8PBV154. All right, and here is the 61 for Fontana. It is, by the way, 9:08 a.m. Okay, I did document on video what was, because I stopped, because you heard me say Route 61 is here. 92690. And I captured on video what was Omnitrans passing the bus stop, again, doing the exact same thing it did while I am at 1627 West Hall across from the county building. And the fake sun was directly over my head at that part of the of Hope Boulevard. And the entity that is hostile expresses it via Omnitrans, who engaged in the same exact conduct, passes by the bus stop. This is intentional. Lets off another group stalker and engages in proceeding by not letting me on the bus and speeds off. Okay, you are clearly engaging in what is harassment by an entity, and you are already established as a group stalker and a terrorist, all right, and a sex offender. Omnitrans is heavily documented engaging in sexual violence, engaging in terrorism at their bus stops, being terrorized by helicopter, by the state acting via the police, acting in concert with the state and emergency vehicles. And I wanted to capture that on video because you're looking at what is not just merely reciting it in real time on my podcast. I want you to look at it on video. This is intentional conduct. This is with knowledge. You are engaging in that pattern of harassment. It is reasonable to suggest you are looking at what is the reasonable conclusion. This is knowledge of documentation. This is baseless targeting conduct. You're not engaging in this conduct while I happen to be documenting a government, which you are acting in concert with, while you're also acting like you don't know who I am. You're acting like you're not monitoring me. You're acting like you're not a stalker, but you're engaged in a documented pattern of stalking, of harassment in this regard, and intentionally stopping, going beyond the bus stop. That's exactly where you see me. Because the bus driver goes beyond the bus stop. I'm clearly visible. You can't miss me. All right. And I am also watching as they stop to let off another third-party group stalker. All right. So I noted that on my podcast because I want to be clear. That's going to the prosecution of the people. Understand Omnitrans is the same sex offender that stole my property. And this is the conduct of the sex offender that wants to stalk you in the bathroom, that wants to molest your body, is stalking, is literally obsessed, is stalking you. All right. But also harassing and hostile while you report that. License 6V91684. 7FDJ592, and this is demonic activity, and Omnitrans is operated. It is those who are employed by it. Understand those patrons on the bus, all of them are demon possessed. This is a California issue. All right, they are sick with demon possession, and these are demons that are engaging in criminal conduct. 6YWH438, 8VKS110. All right, and Omnitrans arriving while I'm documenting at the bus stop where the state is also amplifying plane engines, is also speaking to what Omnitrans is engaging in. There is absolutely no forum, and Omnitrans is revealing raw hostility with knowledge of my documentation. Omnitrans is a company, and I want to be clear, in the same way that you are disbanding, and this is a matter of justice, disbanding criminal agencies like the Ontario Police Department. Those are criminals, and they're psychopaths, they're demon possessed. All right, 8XXE586, and it is a matter of justice with regard to revealing that condition that is no longer a secret, and the criminal conduct that they are facilitating and engaging in with the people of the state, such as Omnitrans, all right, to disband such police departments as they are documented inevitably, all right, indubitably engaging in that criminal conduct, terrorism. terrorism in the United States, all right? I want to be clear, companies such as Omnitrans, they are posing a harm to American citizens, not only monitoring them, sexually violating them, harassing and terrorizing them upon awareness, and you're documenting it, which is your constitutional right. 7CLB 456. It's your constitutional right, and you're speaking to what is revealing what is demon-possessed criminals who are very exceedingly hostile while you exercise your constitutional right, your human rights. Okay, and you're aware of that. That's why Omnitrans is engaging in that. They're aware of it. They are revealing that they are psychopaths. I am telling you, I told you, and you are looking at it with your own eyes. And that's what I captured on video. 6N83481. 253N47, and understand that hostility is shared by 6DUP993, a demon-possessed stalker, the entity that stole my property. It's hostility, okay? It is speaking to what is the absolute truth of, as I have already shown, I've already established, I've already demonstrated it. You can see it with your own eyes, and it is undeniable. You can give whatever narrative you want to give to it, but it is exactly what I've stated that it is, and these demons are hostile to it. 5L11087, 8LBG663, and that is speaking to what are the harms inflicted by the people, including via third parties such as Omnitrans, that are inflicting harms that in many ways you cannot quantify, all right? That are those which you're going to drain the pockets, and such companies need to no longer be in existence. And that is just a matter of truth, all right? And I would say a matter of justice requiring that. Omnitrans is not posing any benefit. You can create a whole nother transit line that is not monitoring American citizens, not sexually violating them, not engaging in additional acts of terrorism and harassment while you are exercising your rights as an American citizen. It is demonstrating an unworthiness to exist any further as a company, and that's what Omnitrans is demonstrating and exhibiting. All right, I just want to make sure I clear that. Any other company that likes to appreciate and value the constitutional rights of American citizens can replace Omnitrans. I just want to state that. So 5RPR 506, and revealing what is the condition of Omnitrans as a company: demon possession, criminals, monitoring. 8WZN 698, and you're looking at what is the conduct while they are maintaining knowledge of the fact that you are not only aware of it, but you are exercising your rights. You're looking at what is their posture to that. 8JLH080, their hostile posture to that. First of all, this is demonic. Understand this. I've shown you time and time again the character of the demon possessed. This is how they conduct themselves. 8NQT165, they are psychopaths. Hostile to the notion of justice, hostile to the notion of the truth, all right? Do not want to hear it, engage in more criminal and egregious acts while they are listening and monitoring, because they're stalkers and psychos, as they are monitoring that documentation that is being accumulated for their prosecution. The people of the state are going to be prosecuted for what Omnitrans just engaged in again. This is an entity acting as one. They're all stalking at this intersection together. All right, and Omnitrans engaging in an act of hostility, 08351K2, on behalf of that entity. That is the entity that engages in harassing in whatever method that they have at their disposal. 8HJP012. So while I'm at the bus stop, using what is passing me over again in the same exact fashion, that's not a coincidence. Okay, 8LWL181. All right, and Omnitrans is a company that is, as a matter of justice, and just it shall be required. It's a company that doesn't deserve to exist. 8RNB588. The United States can go without Omnitrans. It is literally trash. 8FBA521. Employed by, used by, owned by, operated by the cockroaches of humanity, the demon possessed, who are very violent criminals. All right, and that's the reality of their conduct. This is not an unfounded and biased opinion. They're monitoring American citizens, and they're monitoring one who documented it. And I continue to document, and I want you to understand. You're looking with your own eyes. What is their attitude and their posture toward that exercise of your rights? And that's what they do. 78EH843. California can go without companies such as Omnitrans. 8CFJ439. They can easily be replaced. It is 9:17 a.m. and that's the entity engaging in harassment. And just like stealing my property didn't stop it, because I've been documenting the entity that is a thief since 2019 when they stole all of my property. All right, they've been stealing my money while I was practicing law. Okay, paying me less than what I am owed, than what I am due as an attorney and in property management. The people of the state of California are not stopping anything. This is an overdue prosecution in every facet that they engaged in criminal conduct, all right? And the practice of demonic activity, 65107C2, treating an American citizen as though they're some sort of animal. And these are the animals of humanity, the demon possessed. They're animals, literally. They're creatures. You can't see their creature-like figure in the natural, all right? You can't see that demonic possession on their person, but they literally are creatures, and they're disgusting creatures. That's the reality of their condition. They're disgusting. They are the cockroaches of humanity. And they demonstrate it through their conduct, all right? Their disgusting conduct, this is the disgusting condition that they have. And it is mutual, it is shared. And this condition is acting out in criminal conduct. You're going to prosecute for that because they're criminals. And stealing my property, I'm going to prosecute you for that. And you're talking about engaging in kidnapping. The people of the state engage in kidnapping. They're the same entity engaged in that. 8NQB006. The people of the state engaging in ongoing harassment, 85080A3, in the ways that I've shown you yet again today by Omnitrans, 8PQZ669, and it is 9:19 a.m. And it is it's pathetic. It's exceedingly pathetic. You're talking about demon possession, those of the demonic, the defeated in life and the defeated in eternity, DLRSQAD. Alrighty, documenting what is that which I already showed in video, but the state was covering up its fake sun. I don't have to make up anything. That's the fake sun. That is not the actual sun. 6NWD 170, 8RKE 767, 8DUX 540, and Omnitrans engaging in what is that repeated act of hostility. All right, Omnitrans at Route 84. At San Antonio, no bus stop. Let me show you this. Alrighty, I want to document, just like I showed you, you have what is the state engaging in placing its fake sun, like I showed you inside of the parking lot while I'm there, and the state was covering it up. And I got another video where I'm showing you exactly what was already present, like I told you. And you're going to remember the video that all the YouTubers paying attention to my channel love so much. Looking at what is Garda World in a commercial vehicle who is under a fake sun that is present over me while directed light is all around and including on that Garda World vehicle while he is stalking using a commercial means, just like Omnitrans is under a fake sun, engaging in harassment on behalf of that entity and terrorism with ongoing knowledge of every syllable that I am uttering. That's why they went out of their way in a Route 84 bus stopping where there is no bus stop to let off another group stalker. All right, at the corner right next to me under the fake sun. They're stalking on a bus, first of all. But I want to be clear, the state's fake sun is over here while I'm showing you at, this is at 8:40 something in the morning, and the state's fake sun is over this same exact parking lot where Omnitrans is engaging in harassment and targeting me. You're going to shut down that company. Understand, the California can go without Omnitrans. All right, and let me be clear, 61 is now turning off of Hope Boulevard to stop on the opposite corner. Let me be clear, as I document them engaging in ridiculous conduct, they do more of it. It is no less outside of the procedure. And as I already documented, they deviate from their routes, they deviate from their time schedules to engage in stalking and to engage in acts of harassment. So while the state will keep its fake sun over me, Omnitrans will intentionally not arrive at at the bus stop. And now you have bus 61, bus number 2349, Route 61, that was driving west on Hope Boulevard and does not continue on west on Hope Boulevard. It continues to drive north up San Antonio. Okay, that is not the bus route. All right, and you have what is Route 61 that was driving east. It continued to drive east. There is no form for what they're doing. This is an ongoing knowledge of a psychopath that is listening to me shut down their company as I'm prosecuting. They're monitoring American citizens, and that's also the plane engine. All right, so like I said, you have what is the state's fake sun. That's what you're paying attention to while these demons are going all wild with regard to their bus schedule. And it's 9:23 a.m. where Omnitrans is doing that, deviating from stopping at their bus stop. And let me be clear, they changed their bus signs. It'll say 61. That doesn't mean that's actually a Route 61. It said Route 84, and there is no bus stop anywhere at the corner where they just stop to let off. And there's also no Route 84 on this anywhere over here. I just want to be clear. They change their signs at the drop of a dime. They'll change it to out of service. They'll change it to Go Dodgers. Change the bus route. They did that while I'm on the bus before. And I want to speak to what is the state. They're doing this, acting vicariously by Omnitrans while they are under the fake sun. What did I capture? Garda World under the fake sun after 3 p.m. in the afternoon over that same parking lot of Stater Brothers. That's exactly where it was. Okay. And I also want to speak to what is trying to distract from me capturing these demons' license plates while they're scattering around like cockroaches. So Omnitrans is engaging in that. Let me be clear, they're deviating from their time schedules and their routes with knowledge of what I'm documenting about them. Omnitrans is a pathetic existence. They are the demon possessed. They're psychopaths. 8TOE 577. They are literally stalking in buses. Just like it is, they are literally stalking in bathrooms. They're stalking at any location where you're at, stalking in a grocery store. I'm showing you what are psychopaths that surround. They're stalking using buses. And that's federal stalking, by the way, using interstate commerce. I just want to document that. 6RWT074. And you have what is absolutely no form for what was the repeated act of harassment driving past the bus stop that I'm sitting at, which was Route 61, which proceeds east and west up Holt Boulevard, all right, to the Ontario Airport. That it goes to that's all the way up to the Fontana Metrolink train station, and they want to engage in changing their routes and making it up and then having a second bus do the same thing as though that's just the ordinary conduct. These are demons, and they make up. They understand what I've already documented. They're making it up, and it's not a coincidence that they're doing it while I'm documenting them. They're psychopaths, and these are demons. Monitoring, stalking commercially, ASMB 861, AULANI2. And what are you going to focus on? The video that I just showed you and the video that I already captured in the Ontario Village Shopping Plaza, where the fake sun was indeed over my head. And as I cross the street, it is indeed over my head. And this is where Omnitrans is engaging in this psychopath conduct with buses, stalking, monitoring, listening to every syllable, engaging in harassment on behalf of that entity. Omnitrans is inevitably a third party, and you're looking at what is psychopath conduct using buses, all right, with knowledge of what I'm documenting about them while they're engaging in harassment on behalf of that entity. And by the way, Garda World is indeed documented under a fake sun at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, where the state's fake sun is over this same exact parking lot. Impossible to coexist, by the way. 24 hours ago, I'm at Transit and Holt still documenting demons, speaking to what was theft of property by Omnitrans, okay? Omnitrans stole my property, okay? They're a demon-possessed entity monitoring with the government, acting as one, stealing somebody's property that they know is documenting them, all right? Driving past somebody at the bus stop and stalking all around, changing all your bus routes, driving all around outside of your published bus route and schedule because you know I'm documenting you, all right? 8CLR322, that's P.O.C. And you can look at that fake sun, it's over Golden Bear Inn, all right? That's what I just captured. License plate 7LTF377. Let me be clear. That is documentation revealing the demented character, the demented condition of the people of the state. Period. Not just Omnitrans drivers and employees and owners. Okay. I want to be clear. These are all psychopaths. It's demonic activity. 8TLT329. Stalking with light is entirely demonic. The people of the state have demonstrated in hundreds of ways. 6B16217, their demon possession, their condition of psychopath, stalking. And that's what they are doing in a demonic environment that is centered on where I am, all right? Omnitrans engaging in this psychopath conduct centered on where I am and what I am saying as I'm saying it, psychopath, stalking, okay? License plate, it's 9:28 a.m., and that is harassment and monitoring by Omnitrans under the fake sun. In conflict with what I'm showing you, Garda World is engaging in City of Ontario, creeping out of a back street, stalking the entire time under the fake sun with peculiarized light. You already know about City of Ontario. License plate 5MIT557, 8RQF469, 7HRU613. And that's why I show you those images and videos of what is not the sun while I'm documenting demons like 8M45721 crossing path under that fake sun that's still remaining over me at the museum while I'm at Transit and Holt, 6T28171. And then where does it go? To be right over the 280 North Limit Apartments in direct conflict with what I just captured when I'm in the city of Fontana, et cetera, because I've gone all over the place and I'm showing you what is the maintenance of that environment over me. 4LKC420 is a stalker. All right, and there is no form for that. You're going to prosecute a psychopath, such as Omnitrans, and understand Omnitrans is just a means of identifying what is a group that is acting commercially on behalf of a government. Demon possession, demonic activity, commercially. Student Transportation of America, 6WGT216 in Chaffee Joint Union High School. Like I said, demons stalking, engaging in federal stalking, using school buses, patrolling like cockroaches under that fake sun, okay? Stalking just like they were at Transit and Holt Boulevard. There is no route that you're not just going about your business. Nothing is going. They're engaging in a universe of stalking American citizens in California. And today, while I'm over here at San Antonio Holt, the fake sun is over the Golden Bear Inn right next to me, where the state is also amplifying plane engines, by the way. Okay? That's P.O.C. License plate 8TKL904. License plate BE21Y69, 8XOR640. And it is, by the way, 9:30 a.m. and it says 61 Ontario Airport, driving what is east on Holt Boulevard. There are other demon-possessed stalkers at the bus stop, all right, under the fake sun. All right, and they're stopping to let their little demonic companions on the bus and passing me up. That's not a coincidence. First of all, it's not a coincidence what I'm documenting. That act, that is absolutely unprofessional and unbecoming of a bus line for them to do that. But you're talking about also, they're doing it under a fake sun. They're doing it under circumstances of documenting the government acting via Omnitrans. This is P.O.C. 1331. I'll get the license plate. All right, it is 9:33 a.m. And this bus, which is bus number 1331, driving east on Holt Boulevard, driven by African-American male. And this is federal stalking underway, as I've already shown you. Even if the state wasn't concealing its fake sign, it's already established what the state is doing, and it is doing 24 hours a day. That's the significance of stalking with light, stalking with a fake sun. 7VQG128. 8VAY714.
Stop requested.
5VSX187. 27OWM handicap. 37689. I can't really see that one. You can scratch that one. 8TJF472. 7VYR511. That's audible activity. Everything that demons do is malicious. They're monitoring. All right, and that's not cynicism. That is based on documentation. A fake sun is remaining in the window of this bus. 8DVK013. 8NRR015. ML Hart TJ. 7RGN491. 8GDN006. 6UHY734. 7ZYK419. 8RGK545. All right, it is 9:35 a.m. I am passing up what is the intersection of Transit and Holt at B&G Plaza. And you're going to just remember where I was yesterday at 10 a.m. At 9:45 a.m. when I'm documenting the state's keeping its fake sun over me. I showed you that clearly in pictures. 51031S1. There is no covering up the fake sun that changes that, and this is clearly P.O.C. Every single last one of them on this bus and driving the bus, as you are also witnessing through their conduct, through the very ways that they're acting. 7PQR283, they're monitoring. 8JUX168, 8DSB699.
Excellent benefits. For more information, please visit omnitrans.org/about/careers.
Campus Avenue.
1535619 Omnitrans. 8DSB699. 5TFM567 at Campus and Holt. It's 9:36 a.m. 7CFS109. Let's see, 5SLC378, 7CFM289, operation of her communication device while she's monitoring. 34100S2, 99085K1, 7KAS288, 91944J2. Looks like Armada towing. 6W00328, 181TW handicap. 6HYY758. 7VEB999. 4ZBT070, in case I didn't read that one. 4ZXU027, in case I didn't read that one. 24012G1. 6SXA517, I believe. Eight ENV 382.
Stop requested. If possible, please use vehicles. Grove Avenue.
Eight VCF 884 at Grove and Holt Boulevard. It's 9:39 a.m. Eight XES 709. 7 KPS 540, I believe. All right, the state is covering the walkway of the bus with directed light. It's right on me, and you already know this is not the sun that's remaining in tow, and that is not sunlight that is filling the bus. This is terrorism. I want to be clear, that's that analysis for that while the state is stalking within environment and is also monitoring the documentation of the targeted individual. That's communication of a threat. All right, license.
Stop requested. If possible, please use vehicles.
7XDA. I can't really see that one. This guy's up. It's 9:40 a.m. 53594K1. 7J41678. I can't really see that one. Rider is crossing path. Frontier Communications is crossing path, stalking at Vineyard and Holt. 2072683 7CUD 889 8GJE 966 92617W1 8 PXP 312 75086F2 8KAT 846 7MZN 320. All right, State's fake sun over the Ontario airport. That is the identification of a venue. All right, and this is a state facilitating venue. Ontario International Airport, where the fake sun is. Ontario Police Department crossing path under the fake sun, with listening to every syllable that I'm stating, just like they were at Transit and Holt, where I remained, documenting under the fake sun that remained over the museum, and then over B&G Plaza, over Plum, the parking lot of the City Hall, as I'm showing you step by step, and over 280 North Limit Apartments as I'm at the library, not over the Ontario Airport. It is 9:42 a.m. That is impossible to coexist. All right, that's movement in real time. Let's see, license plates. Amazon Prime, you already know that. 43447F2. Amazon Prime, I can't see their license plate. It's a paper plate on the Amazon Prime vehicle. And understand that's an intentional communication of a threat. It's a demon-possessed stalker with knowledge of my documentation and engaging in the use of such a commercial vehicle, identification of a group stalker to communicate a threat. All right? And that's how the entity engages in P.O.C. And that's how demons conduct themselves as well. And that's also how you're going to legally analyze any stalker. All right? VZC629.
Welcome to Ontario International Airport and Terminal 4. If you are using American or Southwest Airlines, please exit the bus here. Thank you for riding Audi trains.
It's currently 9:45 a.m. One 554590 Ontario International Airport vehicle. CBG 087. Passing Archibald and Guasti right now. 9:47 a.m. and I did capture a video right now at 9:46 a.m. 7FOD 541 8WKX 746 and security paving crossing path with peculiarized light on that vehicle under the same fake sun, which I captured at 9:46 a.m. over the Ontario International Airport. En route, keeping in my window on the bus. Okay, not just present and impossibly so, but keeping in movement with me, also impossibly so, very targeted. All right, just like security paving's conduct of crossing path with flashing lights. All right, under that which is the fake sun. It is 9:48 a.m. It's called audible activity. And directed light is on the bus and the fake sun is over the bus. This is monitoring conduct on the bus, which is a venue, Omnitrans. 6GVC812, in case I didn't read that one. And 6UCP331. Alright, this demon that's in traffic in the next lane over, the state aiming directed light right in front of me on the bus, absolutely impossible, while he is stalking in the path, 24209B3. License plate 7HXZ115. Zero 004 2Z2. I believe. 004. I can't really see the whole one, but the same conduct aiming direct light in front of me as Omnitrans turns onto Inland Empire off of Archibald. All right, there are demons that are engaging in that act of terrorism while they're listening to me and replicating that impossible light activity conduct, which you have seen, and that's exactly what they're doing on the bus. All right, at Via Molinara and Inland Empire, this is the Parkside community, third-party facilitating venue. They are monitoring 15556U1.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
That's why you had what are demons while the state was keeping its fake sun over me. And understand this is the reality of monitoring with communication devices where a state is engaging itself. But you have what is this? Why you had a group stalker creating flashing light, just like security paving, 7FOD541. I think I read that one. In alignment to Inland Empire while the bus is driving by their crossing path, stalking in the path with flashing light. 38180 and 2. And Parkside is monitoring now, okay? 8TUY291. SNV 100, 8 BEC 230. 941300Z1, 7LZS 391, 8 MKD 483, 1506909.
And it stops. No mask, no ride. La ley federal requiere máscaras a bordo y en las paradas.
8 ELS 228. It's 9:51 a.m. Night transportation is crossing path. Ontario Police crossing path at Haven and Inland Empire at 9:52 a.m. Let me show you where the fake sun is. Alright, showing you what is the state's fake sun right in the window of the bus at Inland Empire and Haven, where Ontario Police are group stalking at an intersection using the roads and the highways and engaging in criminal facilitation monitoring with the people of the state. That is a documentation speaking to the disbanding of a demon-possessed police agency, by the way. This time of day, the state was stalking under the fake sun. That is the Ontario Police under the fake sun that was at Transit in Hoboken. Okay? And then as I'm showing what is, as I walk down Lemon, and they are stalking, the state's flying over my head, and the demon-possessed are following down Transit to Emporia, and I'm showing you what's the fake sun as I walk down that route. And then I'm showing you at the parking garage engineered light on the ground in between the cars over that parking lot of the 150 East Toll building at 9:59 a.m. where the state's fake sun is over me there, no longer over the museum. I'm showing you what are the people, the demon-possessed workers of 150 East Toll at the county building, and I'm showing you what is the state's fake sun over the B&G Plaza. All right, the state's fake sun is not, I'm sorry, the actual sun is not possibly over what is Haven and Inland Empire in the window of the bus that I'm on, by the way. That is in real-time movement, basically having no place of origin at the Ontario Museum
either, okay, passing that by, whereas yesterday I'm remaining at that area, and the state space sun is in movement, okay? This is a hovering light source, and it is not visible. I'm not going to see that sky space over the Ontario airport, for example, and it's not only am I not going to see that sky space over the Ontario airport, you're talking about what is also not going to be a maintenance of central presence over my head. That's stalking with light, and the Ontario Police Department are stalking in the path with that environment, and that is terrorism, while that police department is engaged in a pattern of theft of property, of kidnapping and stalking, okay, and harassment. It's 9:54 a.m. Those are captioned in images. Take a good gander at those.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
7UEJ 727 4LLT 865 6PXS 770.
Route 61, Fontana.
Federal law requires masks on board, and it stops. No mask, no ride. La ley federal requiere máscaras a bordo.
4LLT 865. ARCO at Milliken and Inland Empire monitoring, creating light activity in relevant position under the fake sun. That's keeping in tow with me. That's intentional conduct. It is 9:55 a.m. Hold on. 8GTT 517. 7 CES 611. Monitoring at the Ontario Mills. FedEx crossing path 7PZG 633. Alrighty, capturing for your own eyes to see what is the light source that is remaining in the window of the vehicle, and also is captured clearly over the property of the Ontario Mills, located at 1 Ontario Mills Circle, I believe. It's in the Ontario Mills Mall, though, and it's directly over the property. All right, that's nowhere near B&G Plaza or being directly hovering over the 280 North Lemon Apartments, the Ontario Senior Housing Parter at 280 North Lemon. All right, that's P.O.C. You can look at those pictures captured at 9:56 a.m. 6NTK187, 6WVN325. This is demon possession of a people in the state of California. Their condition is demon possession, and they are engaging in criminal conduct. This is Title 18 for 22618, subsections 1 and 2. They're monitoring with communication devices. (15194H3) 8 BOS 234.
4th Street.
Seven BSL 442, 8 VZU 108, City of Ontario, license 1602198, bus 916. I'm sorry, truck 9164. It's a dumpster truck. 7 GKN 815, 6 UAW 463, 6 LEF 178. 5 VNC 723, 8 VDM 283. EIF 006, 8HVJ 885, I believe, 895. They're monitoring at Costco. All the demons filling the parking lot, filling the Costco gas, located at 11820. 4th Street, I believe this is.
No sky.
They're monitoring. And that's all you're doing under the fake sun, by the way, in the state of California. Monitoring American citizens systematically. 7XDK 569, 8SMW 814, 8VRA 732, 7DEP 602. UPS is crossing path on the 15 freeway. It is 10 a.m. 32907W2 1602198. Alright, and I showed you where the state's fake sun was yesterday over me at the parking garage of 150 East Holt. And I'm showing you what is the state's fake sun right here over the intersection of 4th at the entrance of the 15 freeway, right over the 530, the Exchange Plaza where the Arco is. It's 10 o'clock and the state's fake sun is at this time 24 hours ago right over me at the parking garage of the 150 East Holt building. I'm showing you what are the group stalkers of that 150 East Holt while they're jogging in relevant position under the fake sun. That is then over me at the B&G Plaza, hovering over that plaza building. And there is no mistake about that location, and that is not sharing mutual presence central over my head through the window of this vehicle in off of 4th Street. For example, approaching Santa Anita. All right, that's P.O.C. All right, I took an image for you to see with your eyes. This is called stalking with light. And it's entirely demonic. Entirely demonic. Demented, while the demon possessed are engaging in federal stalking. 32907W2. And Amazon Prime crossing path also at that where I'm showing you that image of the fake sun that's over the Exchange Plaza, the 5030 Exchange Plaza. Amazon Prime is stalking, it's a commercial vehicle. All right, so this is a trucker using Amazon Prime or dragging on Amazon Prime products. Regardless, it's the identification of a third party. The ordinary targeted individual will be able to identify the people of the state, whatever means that they have at their disposal. Identifying a logo is an easy means to do so. Companies that are not monitoring American citizens, you have a problem with it. The government's using your companies. The people of the state, the demon possessed, are using your companies, your logos, and identifying you as engaging in that. But I want to be clear, there is no mistake about it. Amazon Prime is indeed a third party. Their venues are third party facilitating venues, and they have demonstrated on their own unilaterally that they are the demon possessed monitoring American citizens. But that's how the targeted individual shall be able to document the state system the government is monitoring through such commercial means. License 5HLF069. Alright, red line.
Route 61, Fontana.
Federal law requires masks on board, and it stops. Mask.
7PGW256. Omnitrans 1399979. 10:05 a.m. It's like JB Hunt Intermodal is monitoring. Crossing path, and I'm at San Bernardino Avenue and Commerce Drive, license 24373J1. That's not the JB Hunt license plate, but JB Hunt is crossing path.
Route
7K15, I can't really see the rest of that one. 8JMB 873. Alright, this license is 7K15972. I can't see the rest of it.
Cherry Avenue.
Target is crossing path and is being driven by Swift Trucking Company. Those are the identification of two third parties, by the way, Swift and Target. License plate 6GBY 902. Directed light on the ground while a truck driving the opposite direction, and the directed light hits on this side of the street. I'm at Cherry Avenue and San Bernardino Avenue. It's 10:09 a.m. Alrighty, 8PTG 598, 8PAC 169. JGW 614 64563A1 94807A1 XP854. I'm sorry, XP8545. Or you can scratch that one. I can't really see that one. I'm missing a character. 4Y1 7T25479 8ATN 910. MTM205 24191G2 AT&T creating light activity at Hemlock and San Bernardino Avenue at 10:11 a.m. Seven to L2.
Route 61, Fontana.
Federal law requires masks on board, and it stops. No mask, no ride.
3 VCF. Kieran wants to do something. He's freshman. P.O.C 169 monitoring at entering Lacadena Market. License 8XHC084. I'm at San Bernardino Avenue and Elm. Looks like Elm turns into Fontana Avenue and San Bernardino Avenue. Yeah, so anyway, San Bernardino Avenue, Fontana Avenue, San Bernardino Avenue, Elm Avenue at that intersection. JVC 361 7XEV 500 It's called Stalking with Audible Activity. $3040781, I believe.
Cadillacca Street.
7YEF 930. $8U5 8U58724 8LMG941 5NYW 722 8A1. I can't see that one. HB189 at San Bernardino Avenue and Citrus Avenue at 10:15 a.m. 8B79430. United States Postal Service 8203719. That's, I'm sorry, 179 is the number on that vehicle. That's a government vehicle under the fake sun, which I just took a picture of again, remaining in the window of the vehicle as we are proceeding on San Bernardino Avenue. And I'm at the cross street of Citrus at 10:16 a.m. which is not possibly coexisting with being over at the parking lot of the City Hall of Ontario over my head, where I'm showing you that group stalker at the entrance of the City Hall. Fake sun right over him while he's standing in front of me, and while it's over to the 280 North Lemon Apartments as I arrive at the library, okay, where it remains for the duration of the day. That's how I'm able to capture 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what the state does, stalking with light. It is right now in motion, stalking while I'm going to the city of Fontana. All of that documentation that exists about Fontana is speaking to stalking in Ontario, speaking to stalking en route to any other location, following from place to place by a government that is monitoring with communication devices. License 5S8H397. 7ATY673. 8EKW316. At San Bernardino Avenue and Cypress at 10:17 a.m. WMA 727, 6YTV 546, 6RBG 662. ARYT 598. At Jennifer and San Bernardino Avenue at 10:18 a.m. Fake sun right in my window as I capture it while turning onto Jennifer. All right, and this is maintenance right over my head in transit. 26656X2, 7PYM 745. WVT016, and also Fontana Police crossing path, by the way, on San Bernardino Avenue. That was while I was explaining the placement of the fake sign over me at Citrus and San Bernardino Avenue, the cross path, in a white pickup truck. I said Fontana Police. UPS crossing path. 6FRC178 at Mallory and Jennifer. Arctic Glacier, US.363170, California 431755.
61, Fontana.
Federal law encourages masks on board, and it stops. No mask, no ride.
That's audible activity creation. They're all under the fake sun. 8KRC 788. It's 10:20 a.m. Alright, showing you what is at 10:20 a.m. 8PEN344, the state's fake sun right here at Sierra and Marigold. 7U04401, where they're crossing paths. 7EHZ647, 8G33620, 7FBS 109, 7STJ 085, 8Y46275. State's fake sun is over. This is right here at Sierra and Marigold, where Kaiser Permanente is. I took a picture of the street sign so you see exactly where I'm at. 556 TG handicap, where the state's fake sun is right in the window of the bus and remaining in tow. So as the bus is now driving north, this is what it's been doing. While the bus is driving now north on Sierra Avenue, the state's fake sun is advancing north to remain in alignment with the bus. 8CV, I can't really see that one. This is how it is over at the Fontana Metrolink train station from that location at Sierra and Marigold, following the literal route of the bus. 6TGY793, 8UHM798, all of which is impossible to coexist with being hovering presence over in picture for your very own eyes to see and in substantial video of what is over the 280 North Lemon Apartments directly and then remaining, okay? because that's also what I captured. It's not just there. It's not just hovering. It's not just maintaining central presence and alignment with me as I move back and forth. For example, as I go to the Wells Fargo Bank at that same C Street turn circle and back to the library, it goes right back from Wells Fargo, hovering over that building, replete with directed light, moving all over the place, while the demon possessed are crossing the path all around, swirling all around like cockroaches. They're demons. All right, keeping you surrounded, tracking your movement, and then back to the 280 North Lemon Apartments. All of that is impossible to coexist with what I'm documenting yet again. 7GZJ771, 8JQF. I can't really see the rest of it. You can scratch that. And it is 10:23 a.m. SAT 804. That's called stalking with light. So the first time you heard that beeping sound, I was pursing my lips. The second time right now, I tilt my head to the side, and you're hearing what is that that beeping sound. 6LJ and 358. It's called stalking with audible activity. It's demonic. 8YET251. 8NMH573. 18952E3. 8VWW778, 7NIF079, 7YIA873, 61893M1, 8, I can't say that one, 8FYX264, 7MWA951, 7ATT756, 6GVR706. RW990, 8LUK060, 8WEX703, BM85X59, but I can't really see that one though, and that was a paper plate. Yeah. Hit this. 7GKA700, 7SHP743. At Ceres Avenue, CERES Avenue, and Sierra Avenue at 10:25 a.m.
at omnitrans.org.
Alright, and I'm showing you what is the state's fake sun. Like I said, advancing north up Sierra Avenue, remaining in the window. And that's what I took a picture of. And I'm showing you the street sun where I'm at. Ceres is the cross street on Sierra Avenue. State's fake sun is going to be over my head at the Fontana Metrolink train station. That is literal stalking with a light source, moving in every manner of direction. Impossible to coexist with those documented presence of remaining at a venue where I am. So this is what I'm documenting while I'm remaining at the Ontario Ovid Family Community Library. But you have what is movement in real time, north, south, east, and west, to remain in alignment with me on a vehicle. All right, while I'm on a vehicle moving to maintain that perfect placement and alignment. It's real-time movement as opposed to stationary presence for the duration of the day. Okay, this is 10:26 a.m. and I took a picture of that. Omnitrans 1590827 at Orange Way and Sierra Avenue. 6HCP971, 7NBR429. And by the way, the Fontana Metrolink train station, State's fake sun is over during the day, State's fake moon is over it at night. And that's exactly what I captured, the fake moon over me at this same train station where the grounds remain covered with directed light. And this is an ongoing molestation day and night. 1545797 Omnitrans. 10:27 a.m.
Airport terminal now.
Federal law requires masks on board, and it stops. No mask.
Alrighty,
no
this is
ride.
license plate. Excuse me. Bus I'm on, subject to federal stalking, molestation, and terrorism, 1404991. Bus number 1331, driven by African American male. And I arrive at the Fontana Metrolink train station, and the fake sun is directly over my head. This is what I'm showing you while I'm en route to this location. This is the same venue where the state's fake moon is over me, over this central presence again at night. And it is 10:28 a.m. Alrighty, this is P.O.C. Let me get license plate. Omnitrans creating light activity, flashing lights, indirected light, stalking in the path. License 1409. I'm sorry, 1404974, and that is P.O.C. Who is that? Who is that knows my name? Who that? Did somebody say my name? It is currently 10:29 a.m. Second. This is Fontana Police 1607147. Vehicle, I don't see a vehicle number. Crossing path into the fake sun at the Fontana Metrolink train station. It's 10:31 a.m. 10031S2. That's AMR under the fake sun. 11:24 a.m. Crossing path, lights, and sirens. And I'm showing you the fake sun that's directly over. This is monitoring and criminal facilitation. That's Omnitrans here. All right, 6B26075, and I'm walking north on Sierra Avenue, and that's P.O.C. All right, that is Fontana PD stalking in the path, monitoring with NF6T, creating light activity under the fake sun. And that is Fontana PD crossing path, white male, directed light on the ground, 1559483. Monitoring with the security guard of the Fontana Lewis Library and operation of a communication device. He's pacing back and forth. And that is the fake sun. Bird Tech is in the parking lot of the Fontana Chamber of Commerce, monitoring with the state, and doing so under that light source, which I'm capturing at 11:33 a.m. in an image. This is P.O.C. That security that is seen in relevant position on a communication device under the fake sun, which is squarely over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library at 11:34 a.m. That company is called Absolute International Security, Private Security. That's a badge name. That's POC. I'm at the Fontana Lewis Library now. It is 11:35 a.m. and I'm in the computer lab. All right, it is currently 12:38 p.m. and this is the documentation that you are able to see with your eyes is capturing what is the demon possessed engaging in movement in the path. That's called crossing a path. All of them in what is directed light, and this is how you have what is upright shadows appearing at a distance, all right, across the wall. This is a method of touching. This is an ongoing molestation while they are stalking together in the path inside of the venue, where the environment is present, and this is ongoing. Well, it's demonic activity, but they are monitoring with communication devices, and so this is coming out of the side hallway. This is pacing back and forth from that a hallway that is in alignment to me, where you're looking at what is the security guard, all right, and what is directed light pursuant to their knowledge of what I'm doing on a phone. Okay, doing the same thing when I'm on the desktop computer, making noises. These are demons stalking with noise, maintaining real-time awareness of what I'm doing on a communication device. This is monitoring conduct. It is demonic activity. It's ongoing terrorism while they're engaging in this together. And what you're looking at is literally just pacing around in directed light. All right, this is the psychopath that is doing nothing but stalking on behalf of the government. This is surveillance, and this is absolute terrorism, because these are psychopaths that are engaging in this conduct corporately. This conduct is that which is occurring outside. This is the inside version of what you're looking at outside. Directed light appearing at a distance, just out of the atmosphere, which is not sunlight appearing onto the sidewalks, on the asphalt, on the buildings, as third parties are simultaneously crossing path, doing so pursuant to real-time knowledge of what I'm doing physically and on a communication device, all right? Those are demons. And this is the ongoing pattern that is underway, ceaselessly underway. And I am seated and on camera on FONPL02. And this is the people engaging in what is federal stalking in violation of Title 18. This is what the demon-possessed are engaging in. This is what they are centered and focused on, including inside of the private space, that same exact demented conduct occurring inside of that private space, okay? It is currently 12:41 p.m., and this is POC.
All right, monitoring with the state that's flying over at my exit of the Fontana Lewis with a minor in the car, literally engaging in terrorism and sexual violence, 7SXJ244. All right, acting with the Fontana Lewis Library. All of them are demons. Shadows all over the place while the state's flying over in a helicopter. That's what I just captured at 5:28 p.m. as I'm walking out of the venue, okay? The state did the same conduct exiting 7-Eleven in Ontario, okay? They're the same demons engaging in that conduct. That's what you're going to prosecute the people for. 8MMH927. They are the vehicles creating light while the state flies directly over upon my exit of Fontana Lewis Library, all right? That's P.O.C. That's creation of light. That's the demonic pattern as well. And this is at my exit of the venue. This is conduct by the demonic entity that's been sitting up furious about my documentation that I'm continuously publishing that is going toward their ongoing prosecution. And you have the absence of coincidence where you have what is the state stalking via helicopter in that ongoing environment that the state is also stalking with, and the ongoing demonic behaviors of the people of the state who are not coincidentally present or idly present. They are engaging in the facilitation of such criminal elements and acting in concert with that entity. They are, in other words, equally engaging in what is demonic terrorism while they are all stalking together. It is currently, by the way, 5:29 p.m. and that is the impossible audible activity of Metrolink while I'm standing in what is direct light and demons are crossing paths with 2 and 3 shadows. This is P.O.C. Fontana Lewis Library, 5:29 p.m. All right, I want to be clear what you're listening. That is documentation of what is a terrorism and demonic activity as it is practiced by, engaged in by what is a commercial actor, Metrolink. And you also have what is that pattern of creating that which is audible activity for purposes of group conduct. It's demonic activity while they are monitoring with communication devices. And I am on the grounds, as you can see in my video, of the Fontana Lewis Library and Technology Center, where you will never hear the Fontana Metrolink. You never heard the train, the Metrolink train from the Fontana Metrolink train station, okay? And you also are paying attention to the volume. Not only are you not going to hear it, it's also not going to be at that volume. And this is also coexisting with what is the state engaging in a documented pattern of stalking by helicopter, of what is the ongoing environment of what is directed light. They're demons that are crossing path with multiple shadows, engaging in what is light activity, creation, and crossing a path. That's the significance of that. This is the ongoing P.O.C., and that is the hallmark is that amplification, that artificial creation, and that is the implication of what is Metrolink engaging in the P.O.C. It is intentional conduct. It is directly attributed to that. It is impossible audible activity, but it is nonetheless that third party engaging in the pattern of conduct. All right, Metrolink not ignorant. All right, that the sound of a train, which is going to be attributed to the train station, but also common sense is speaking to, and also that which is not going to be demonstrable in any federal court, that you're going to hear train activity at the Fontana Lewis Library, okay? And it is also speaking to what these demons are engaging in. I'm going to document them. They're all just standing around in directed light, demons handing out food and water, okay? P.O.C. while a helicopter is flying over. This is characteristic of the demon possessed that are monitoring. All right, it is, by the way, 5:33 p.m. 6XHT142, 6YMX047. 8MMH927, 7EDH689, 7YUZ916, 6PLG716. And I already told you about these demons before that were giving out hygiene kits and water, and I told you exactly what that was. Satan in giving out free food is no deviation from the pattern of conduct, and that's exactly what was demonstrated while the helicopter and directed light is present and they're stalking in the path. Giving away food and water is no deviation from the P.O.C. 8FLM117, 45645G3, 6CTY111, 8SYR874, 8PLG154. You have also what is the ongoing documentation of what are the demon possessed, the people engaging in nothing but surveillance inside of that library. This is also why you are met with that ongoing pattern of conduct upon exit of that library. The P.O.C. does not stop while I'm inside. It is indeed ongoing. The demon possessed are surrounding in a maintained maintained environment inside of that venue, which I've also demonstrated with the directed light, the fake sun through the window of the venue as I look out of it, the state moving its fake sun relative to where I am inside of that venue, okay? It is P.O.C. 23614R2 and 8HKK801. And what I showed is the state following to Fontana. Oh, you guys don't have a front license plate?
Why?
Because I'm documenting you. You don't have a front license plate?
Why are you documenting?
Because you got two shadows, one in front of you and one behind you. You know where that comes from?
In the name of
That's
Jesus,
called, that's
thank
Satan.
you, Father
That's
God,
Satan. All right, that's 8HKK801, 5 PLC 509, BM 93H11, that's paper, 8 LLB 212. You notice how I'm speaking about he has two shadows, and what's the first thing he says? In the name of Jesus. First of all, it's audible activity, but he knows that it's demonic. That's why he's speaking of Jesus. I didn't say anything about it being demonic. 8CNP 381. That's Satan, okay? 7NOT 524. I don't even need his license plate. 4JOH 867. 8JLJ 243. 8JEZ 589. That's a psychopath. All right, I just wanted to capture a video of at 5:36 p.m. showing what is molestation with directed light, okay? In doing so, while the state is stalking via helicopter that is flying in relevant position with simultaneity to my exit from the library, all right? And while the people of the state, those are demons, in the parking lot creating a barrier of light on both sides in front of me at the staircase and at the opposite end of the parking lot, they're using their vehicles as light activity, and those are demons. It's demonic. 5MHH062, and I took a video right now so that you can see vividly the light activity. I have three shadows in front of me and another shadow behind me as I turn around. 8FGS793, 6TMA848, 6YWH883, 7SYR754, 7TRB775, 8YIS561. The people of the state are patrolling on Arrow, monitoring via communication devices, monitoring while they're driving around. All they're doing is stalking in the path. This is the people of the state that is acting vicariously on behalf of the government, and this is the entity that's maintaining intentional presence. All they're doing is stalking as one. 5TLR810. That's why the environment is present, by the way. All right, it is currently 5:37 p.m. And like I was stating before, Satan impliedly admitted that he is demon possessed. That's why he is speaking of Jesus when I'm talking about a shadow in front of him and a shadow behind him. He knows exactly what that is. Knows exactly about the substance of my documentation as well. That's why all of a sudden you're talking about Jesus and you got two shadows. That's weird. 6PEX985. Documentation of what is surveillance and demonic activity and terrorism inside of the venue. That's what I'm taking pictures of. Those that are engaging in ongoing demonic conduct. They're stalking with noise. While they're engaged in surveillance, they're monitoring with communication devices, engaging in the conduct of demons, stalking with creation of noise while they are covered in, cloaked in directed light, stalking, crossing a path. They're cockroaches that maintain presence, pacing all around in directed light, okay? Engaging in ongoing molestation while doing so. 8LID782, all of them are molesting right now as well. 6J46779-24300X2. 7NNC566, but I can't really see that one. 4RPN723, 7NNC566, that is the correct one. This is a molestation at Arrow and Sierra Avenue at 5:39 p.m. License plate 8HSE240. 8LID782, I believe. 6PEX985. 6PUW282. 8HLH204. 7YJK418. 7XTZ932. 8PRY153, I believe. 75073X2. 8EJ1347. I can't really see it. BCJ1347. 5ZBA180. Okay, stalking in the path and molestation. 7SKX077. All right, they are stalking at the intersection, and this is directed light. This is the predator that is stalking at stoplights waiting to touch you. All right, this is the reality of what the demon possessed are doing, what California is doing while they're monitoring. 7D73798, and all of them sex offenders, okay? License plate. This sex offender is license plate. Hold on. 7JPF740, 6KUV502, 8DLR397, 5MEG105, 8PFN873, 7NDR308, 8LHW968, 80757B3, 8KSR036, 5 PFP 523, 8XGN 718, 6 NRR 723, 5 TJX 328, and it's no different during the day. That is the significance of cumulative documentation of stalking with light under a fake sun. That's an ongoing group molestation and orgy that the demon-possessed stalkers that are the people of the state are participating in with the government while they're covering my body with that which is unnaturally occurring light for a criminal purpose. And that is going to be prosecuted as terrorism and sexual violence while they all insist on touching on you. And that's all you're doing at a stoplight is waiting to touch, maintaining a diligent presence. All right, want to make sure that they're there, and if they're not, they make sure that someone is there, and they're also making sure that you are pinned down with light, that they're touching you. 8TFU150, that's a predator. Okay, it is 541, group stalking in the Citibank parking lot. That is license plate engaging in the same exact orgy, 6YHV868, that I did not consent to, and they're stalking and molesting with the same exact entity. Doing so at third-party facilitating venue Citibank, used for criminal conduct, sexually violent criminal conduct. 8JJH501. License plate 8XEJ053. 8WWU480. 7ZTR213. 8LPX911. 8BFB960, 8PNJ442, 7NVT740, 8BDV753, I can't say that, 8NGS519, 4UYU954, 6TCS9, can't really see that one, 8DGS534, 7807W2, 8PGJ379, 8DTB754, 5VNS953, also loitering at Citibank, is 8JJH501. I think I read that sex offender's license already. They're getting into their vehicle now. They are part of the same molestation. Stalking in the path, anticipating, understand this is tracking your move. So everybody's in position, waiting for me to walk down the street and engaging in an ongoing presence together. And it is an orgy by the demon-possessed psychopaths that are touching all over you. 8BZD520, 8FLX256, 8RXK313. And demonstrating their unfitness to, their unfit status as parents while they are engaging in that sexual violence and stalking another with their kids in hand. Oh yeah, you prosecute for that. And I've shown substantial documentation of those that are engaged in such conduct, speaking to what is the necessity of such policy to address that. 7DKY356, 6SHS669, 6S6H, excuse me, too many sixes. That is 6SHS663, 4DLY958. And license 6YCZ641. All right, and as deliberate as the state is with its fake sun, I showed you that again. None of that I would be able to capture if that was the actual sun remaining over me at Transit and Holt, while the same demonic possessed stalkers were maintaining presence there. I wouldn't be able to capture that while I'm en route to the city. And as deliberate as the state is with its timing and helicopter, that's how deliberate they are with being sex offenders and touching and being present. 8XQC 909, 8L44044, 7E55575, 8384172, 8U80P, I can't really see that one. 7NXJ215, 8NYP283, 73729F1, 7NRX166, N247UO, 8RIV310, 3VWY042, 7XIW445, 94085Z1, let's see, 8USD236, 8FW4613, 7UZT875, Brainy Car Wash 09667P1. All right, molesting with light, sitting on the driveway, sitting on the street with their headlights on, parked on along the sidewalk in alignment with me, aiming light toward me. Okay, that's a sex offender. Doing so while I'm standing there loitering in relevant position. All right, and this psychopath in operation of a communication device turns off her headlights, understands she's monitoring, and she's a demon-possessed stalker that knows that I've identified her and I am approaching her right now. Okay, that is license plate 8DUE491. And that's an image of that stalker who was engaging in molestation at 5:45 p.m. You can take a look at that. License plate BBELL 8RNV 475 34639L2 7DL J379 7NXY 416 8FFX 401 7HHU 499 8KYV 232 8WVM 780 6EXH 086 7PWA 045 4ULY 596 6FQY 304 6SCL 622 7PTR 450 7VPK 343 BZ 734 handicap 5HJN 524 5PJB 941 7YEV 995 6RYT 353 7WQM 258. It is, by the way, 5:47 p.m. and understand every single last one of them a part of that same act of terrorism and sexual violence, stalking with a helicopter. They're demons acting together in concert. That's why they're all covered in directed light. Okay, that's why they go out of their way to maintain presence, to touch you with light, not naturally, not normal light either. R752, that's Raiders, looks like Nevada. AL R752. Omnitrans, license plate 1420243, bus number 1294, license 7TIX279. I think I read that one already. They are all part of that same criminal act, okay? Acting together with the state. Oh, this is literally what the demons are doing. She's coming out now. They all know that I'm coming. State flies off at that moment in relevant position, creating audible activity, hovering at a low elevation over the mill or amphitheater, while directed light is all around. They're cockroaches walking all around with multiple shadows. This is a freak environment, terrorizing together. Yes, they deserve to be prosecuted. Absolutely. License plate 7RRZ 305 5NKV 946 6UEW 515 8MOT 874 8VVJ 118 7HDB 354 8RAC 452 51117Y2 8TYW 843 7UJK 783 7XXS 956 6364 3S2 047WP 8BWZ 804 73600F2 8XKJ 850 5XOV 715 8JJH 501 7VRH 841 7VWB 719 8XCF 832 40156S1 5XXM 892 Budget Tire and Auto Repair monitoring at 8595 Valencia. Let's see, 8TNZ 666 8WXC 160. All right, group stalking at the street, making sure somebody's in the path. This is at Valencia. This is a demon-possessed stalker that knows exactly where I'm at, tracking my steps, arriving with simultaneity, aiming light. Directed light is on the wall. Their headlights are not touching the wall of this business. They haven't even approached yet. This is P.O.C, and that's a molester, a sex offender, and a stalker. License 8RHC 444. Doing the same thing on the opposite side of Valencia. All right, directed light, and they are stalking with flashers, okay? This is speaking to what they are all doing. They're demons. That's why I'm able to capture video of what is my shadow that surrounds these demons in the back of this parking lot, monitoring with those demons across the street using their hazards. 6JLU 647, 6NQU 830, 6HNZ 793, 8LYK 066, 5DSV 490, 8TVG 564, 8AML 387, excuse me. License 15310B3, 72185R1, 6BKA192. So let me tell you what this demon's doing. 8TVG 564. This is a demon that was stalking in the dark, okay? And because of the route that I took, what they do is create activity around me. They're in directed light. They start their ignition, which is audible activity. They start their car, drive around out the parking lot based on the route that I took. Had I gone a different route and remained on the sidewalk, they'd be sitting in the darkness in their vehicle or turning on their lights as I cross path with simultaneity. Based on what I do is what they are doing. And that was a stalker monitoring to the flashers that the demons across the street are using. A truck and a vehicle with their hazard lights on. 4PXM102. Alrighty, license plate. Directed light across the building. All right, this is the demon-possessed stalker. License plate. 7EAT034. It is 5:52 p.m. License 7GXE597. Alrighty, let me get this criminal facilitation down here. So I get these demons' license plate real quick. 6CTY111. 8UTM067. All right, this is another method of light activity, and it is an act of terrorism, all right? Spectrum going out of its way to cross path in directed light because it was listening to me document its criminal conduct while I was at economy in. All right, you're going to prosecute for all of these patterns that they engage in. As you recall what I'm doing, and that's what you're going to prosecute, all the details that matter, and the demons that were crossing path because it's all intentional, it's in the environment. So the intent is already there. Then you're going to pay attention to, as you prosecute, when they were crossing path, as they were crossing path, with knowledge that they had while doing so. 6BLF000 and 62111B3. All right, that's called loitering in relevant position, creating light activity. Hopefully they're not American citizens. We can ship some out of the country. We need as few demon-possessed stalkers as possible. This is Celebration Holiday Studio. Their phone number is 888-231-4623. I don't see a California license number, but that's the license plate on the back. And that business, again, Celebration Holiday Studio on the side of the road with their hazards on, with that other third party, which is 6BLF000, creating hazards and an operation of their communication device. I hope you're not an American citizen so we can ship you out of here. License plate. It is 5:54 p.m. 7VBJ505. License 7LZM114 27490F2 8YJM422 8KJG960. There we go. License 34730. That's an out-of-state license plate. It's 5:54 p.m. All right, what Holiday Studios is engaging in is called criminal facilitation, and that is terrorism. All right, you've got stalkers that are acting with the state, and what they routinely engage in is while they are maintaining presence all around, you are witnessing what is the very peculiar environment while they are engaging in this creating of light activity, 8AKC 589. And it's terrorism while those who are remaining around you with peculiar conduct, 8NTP 631, 63407W1, are always using their flashers, all right? Always using their hazard lights. Will stop in front of you and start using their hazard lights. Will park across the street from you and turn on their hazard lights while they're just sitting in their car, or get out of their car, turn on their hazard lights. It was that which was serving a pattern that was following where I went as I would turn the corner walking down the street, and then you've got somebody that's suddenly just turning on their hazard lights, okay? Molestation by Omnitrans, Route 61, and molestation by, let me get this one. All right, turning on to Sierra from Orange Way and molesting. California 349843, license plate, NLA 7PE, that's an Arizona plate on a tow truck. 6WJA266, I can't really see that one though. You can try that.
It is, that was a molestation. I'm at the village at Sierra, and you're talking about the state's directed light while they're turning onto, and you're talking about intentional presence for that. That's concerted conduct of sex offenders, all right, that are molesting. Also, 1399979, I believe, bus 1263. That's Omnitrans. All right, license plate. Oh, here we go. License 7SFB780. License 25221R2, sex offender, molesting. All right, and that license plate that I read, they make a U-turn. And what does another third party do? Oh, I'm going to get in the car. Understand these demons don't even know each other. They're creating ongoing. There is no form, though. When you've got shadows that are surrounding, when you have what is following with a fake sun, following with a fake moon, you can have anybody you want hop into your car. There's no form. They're stalkers. And that is 7SFB780, going out of their way to molest. Monitoring with Route 67. Let's get this license plate. That is license plate 1399978. Just drives through and exits right out. That's the one that passed me by on the street. Okay, it's 556. All right, and that is molestation by a sex offender. Again, 7SFB780. And hazards, okay? Just stopping to converse. Stopping on the side of the road with their hazards on. Right, just conversing, stopping in front in relevant position, in directed light, maintaining light activity, okay? I did take an image of that. That is stalking with light, 8SWZ330. I believe that's 330. 8KWZ330. Yeah, okay, 1 second. All right, I documented in video what is a molestation, and you're talking about what is the ongoing touching all over your body with that which is not naturally occurring, which is light. All right, not only is it a method of touching, you're talking about, even if it was not creepy, weird, demon-possessed light, you're talking about that which is a touching, period. But not only that, I've shown you what is the creepy light that the state is using. This is demonic activity, and then the state is molesting your body with that on top of that, okay? It's absolutely unnatural, and it's engineered light, and the state is molesting your body. That is touching, okay? And I'm showing you what is my shadow in front of me, my shadow behind me. This is speaking to the presence of unnatural light, the directed light, while I'm standing, first of all, in the shade, okay? And no street lamp is going to create shadows in front and behind you. This is the ongoing consistency of that light activity, by the way, where the state was flying over the Fontana Lewis Library and Technology Center. And I'm showing you what is also the fake moon following from the Fontana Lewis Library and Technology Center in the city of Fontana, distinct from remaining over me in the city of Ontario, and following as I go to any location. By the way, even en route, just like the state does with the fake sun. All right, this is speaking to what is a stalking with an environment. This is speaking to what is stalking by the people who are stalking with such peculiarized light methods while they are surrounding you together and then molesting your body. That's exactly why you're going to prosecute. How I'm speaking to what is policy. I am speaking with regard to and the creation of policy. I am going to prosecute. I am already prosecuting, but I'm speaking to what is the ability for any ordinary target individual to prosecute. I am teaching as well. That's my point. That's why I'm speaking in that manner. You're talking about the ability to prosecute, and you're looking at what is stalking with an environment, stalking with a people, via a people, and doing so within an entirely unnatural environment, which is terrorism in and of itself. And then the terrorist wants to steal your property, wants to kidnap your body, wants to silence and oppress you, and wants to engage in ongoing sexual touching of you. Because that's exactly what that is. Light touching my breast is the same as you with regard to the state stalking. Doing so via Omnitrans, doing so via the demon-possessed patrons of Omnitrans while they're touching all over your body. And this is license plate who was stalking in the bathroom, 1404991. All right, he's tracking my move. That's a demon under the fake moon and indirect light, maintaining presence inside of that bathroom, and Omnitrans, that male then exits. Okay, that's P.O.C.
He's ready for you.
It is 6:01 p.m. And again, that license plate, engaging in molestation, 1404991, stalking in a bathroom, exiting with regard to my moment of that I start walking. That's P.O.C. 6:01 p.m. All right, Omnitrans, bus number 1357, operating her communication device. She's not even focused on driving while she's at the driveway. 1535618, African American female. License
of that best engaging in molestation and stalking with light with 7KYW312, doing the exact same thing, turning on their hazards. This is the form. While someone's getting it's form, and form doesn't matter. It's the same demonic activity. I showed you my shadows. They're stalking with light. That's what demons do. Again, 7KYW312, molestation and terrorism while they're stalking with that peculiarized light in concert with Omnitrans. Okay, Omnitrans, that female, I'm telling you, she's studying her communication device. They're surrounding with light, engaging in molestation together, lining the path. Okay, and doing so with light, touching on my behind, which I will not let no any other demon-possessed stalker or anybody touch on, period. And they're doing it with light. That's a sex offender. License 7KYW312. License ADEC417, and this one as well, 7EZY443, who's loitering at the bus stop in operation for a communication device. She's monitoring while the sex offenders are touching me en route to the bus stop, okay, or to the train station. All right, that's Metrolink, by the way, which you cannot hear at the Fontana Lewis Library and Technology Center, monitoring while the state was flying over by helicopter. All right, over there, you cannot hear it from the Metrolink train station, that train over there. But that's P.O.C. That's a pattern. That's called terrorism, and that's how you're going to prosecute commercial actors acting with the state in that regard. Because what is molesting my body? Directed light. What's over my head? A fake sun and or fake moon. What is surrounding and touching all over me? Directed light, while the people are maintaining presence and the third-party commercial actors provide and supply such audible activity. The state is acting vicariously through that. And it is an act of terrorism because that is not naturally happening. And that is within a pattern of conduct. They are engaging in a P.O.C. and they're sex offenders. That same exact analysis. It is 6:05 p.m. 8RQE189, 7BWJ740, 55577E2. 6VJS453, excuse me. Omnitrans 1545945, bus 2361. 6ZYN360, 8WHR037, 80471S2, 6DKJ847, 8IGA796, 8KLH809, 33629H3, 8VHD118, and Metrolink, the creation of that sounding of the train and the lights. When Metrolink is engaging in P.O.C. in that regard as well. When that train is used, the light, the signs come down, that creates flashing of lights and audible activity, and then everybody presses on their brakes to understand the systematic means where these demons are monitoring and creating an ongoing, perpetual engagement in the elements. Demons, okay? Psychopaths engaging in a diligent maintenance of the three elements in a demonic environment, an entirely unnatural environment. All right? P.O.C. They can amplify it all you want. You cannot hear that on the steps of the Fontana Lewis Library and Technology Center. That's called P.O.C. And that's directed light on Ceres Avenue while Metrolink is a means of audible activity. I'm going to they can turn the volume up because I'm going to prosecute them for being a sex offender. Listen to the sex offender because I'm going to prosecute Metrolink. And guess what? They're not going to be able to repeat that, demonstrate that you would be able to hear that. And that's what I'm saying. This is not even scientific. And that's common sense. And that's why I'm saying bringing down this old system, which is demonic, it just takes the right person, the right instrument. That's all. Because they're demented. And a demented stalker is not basing on living and acting based on any reality. Stalking is born of obsession. License BS29S38. So that's where stalking is born of. And this is a demonic obsession. This is demons engaging in this corporate system, and it is born. They are stalking together. You're talking about an obsession that you can see personified through the stalking with a fake sun, because that is not the sun, and it is very much consumed with where I'm going. All right, no other state in the country is going to get any sun while the state is following me from street to street in California, from from Ontario to Fontana, for example. No other state is getting any sunlight. You're not going to see the sun. You're not going to see it whatsoever. It's literally over with the Fontana Lewis Library, and my documentation is showing that it's remaining there until I leave for the duration of the day. All right, that is not going to be present over any sky space in the state of Nevada. 6ENX 689, and there is only one sun. And so that is not it. What's over my head is not it. That is born of an obsession. Let me get these demons' license plate. 82569Z1 7F17108. XLR227 ESTVII 95475V2 8MQF 964 7KJK617 8WQK 813 8CLV 635 7PBP 251 5XO5 953 7WML 702 7VOJ 770 8JHM 358 8HIZ 544 5XO5 953 stops in the middle of the street with hazards on. Okay. A turn signal is analogous to the hazards. Okay. They're all in directed light. These are demons. This is no ordinary traffic. License 1BUNCH1 8CPK 654 7VOW 341. Group stalker. License plate 5XMP 382. Again, that's 5XMP382, and that's called amplification. That's what Metrolink did. And let me be clear. The actual train, which I rode for a very long time, going back and forth to LA, is not actually that loud. While the psychopath is monitoring the documentation, they engage in what is the unnatural conduct of that exceptionally loud, amplified audible activity, which is still not going to be heard on the steps of the Fontana Lewis Library. But also, you're talking about that which would be a disturbance and a discomfort, all right, to those who are on the train falling asleep. Okay, that's how peaceful it is on the train. It's not that loud on the train, and it's not that loud when you're getting off the train, arriving at the train station. This is common sense. This is Satan that I'm prosecuting, and it's not intelligent at all. 8MQ and 671. It's not intelligent at all. License plate. C, stalking at the bakers. C, 8RQF 189, I believe. And all these demons lined up at the Arco. Let's get him. RPSNT 8VRS 526, molesting. License plate. There are a pack of demons just lined up. 7SBH 016. It's pathetic. I'm going to name all of them. 54782X2, 6HMF 581, 7KYJ 688, 5GBU 287, 5YBB 508. Read that one. 6HDY 827, 7SBH 016. I think I read that one. And I read that one. 8RQF. And I mean that. I hope that they're not natural born citizens so we can ship them out. 8RQE358. I mean that. License plate. Let's see, I read their license plate. They're group stalking. They're just stalking somebody corporately together in a gas stall, okay? As equally as pathetic and predatory, even though it's even worse in a bathroom, but it's equally pathetic. Understand, stalking somebody in a bathroom stall. 8TAF 929. You're stalking at the stoplight. You're in directed light. You're maintaining presence with the government. This is how pathetic the demon-possessed are. All right, 8TAF 929, studying, holding close to their chest, studying their communication devices, monitoring, stalking, pathetic, okay? Hellbound, useless, pointless in life in the natural, because that's what you're doing with yourself. It is an admission, an implied admission, and a direct example of being pathetic. All right, living with no purpose. All right, I'm going to tell you what the purpose is, though. To prosecute that, all right? Prosecute Satan with 5GBU287, in case I didn't read that one already. Alrighty, this is group stalking at Arco. And let me show you the fake moon. Alright, under the fake moon, which is at Sierra Avenue and Merrill Avenue, not over the train station where I'm standing. That is 23G1971. Okay, 6:14 p.m. American Medical Response, group stalking under the fake sun, group stalking under the fake moon. License 1023 EAC. This is the inferior in every regard. License plate. That's so sad. 8RQE189, group stalking operation of their communication device after monitoring at the Arco. And again, this Arco is at Sierra Avenue and Merrill Avenue, and I am here at 6:15 p.m. All right, and the people of the state are filling the intersection, filling the gas station, monitoring in directed light. 6:15 p.m. All right, this demon pacing back and forth, 7DWF340, wishes he was cool. He's not, he's pathetic, he's in directed light, he's a freak. Multiple shadows, monitoring and stalking somebody. It is 6:15 p.m. at the Arco, and I'm on the surveillance cameras. Hello. All right, the address at this Arco, it's Arco number 42313. Yeah, and this is the Arco gasoline located at 8898 Sierra Avenue in Fontana, California. They're monitoring, all right? And it's not just the Arco, it is everything in relevant position. This is where I am, and this is where the demon possessed are their central place of activity creation. Everybody in relevant position, and that spans a radius, okay? It's 6:18 p.m. and I did complete a purchase on surveillance cameras. All right, and this is after leaving a third-party facilitating venue, Metrolink train station, where Metrolink is documenting itself and speaking to what is the demon possession. That engagement in that obviously impossible conduct, 8HPC 536 with a shadow moving around its car. Not a shadow that's occurring with light. That's the dynamic light that is in motion in conflict with the vehicle that is driving straight. All right, that's the shadow that's moving around the object as it's moving. That's directed light. That's a demon. 27088Z2, 7DRX 686. You have what is the state engaging in moving its fake moon, while Metrolink is creating the amplified audible activity. And doing so in an implausible manner. And also, this is Satan acting out via Metrolink, engaging in what is that impossible activity creation that is never ordinarily occurring, okay? This is why you're able to fall asleep on the Metrolink train, which I have done a number of times, okay? It is not that loud. It is not heard at the Fontana Lewis Library, and that is speaking to the knowledge that the psychopath has of your documentation, period. All right, and that's also that which is clearly demonstrable in a federal forum, by the way, but I don't even think that's necessary. But if you can't, let me be clear, Metrolink isn't going to be able to demonstrate, no state actor is going to be able to demonstrate that you're going to hear the the Metrolink train while I'm standing in front at that volume, which is why you document. That's why you document. All right, that's called amplification. That's speaking of terrorism. I'm going to prosecute that brand for that. R620BO. 7RH485, 8MRH968. All of these demon-possessed stalkers are in directed light under a fake moon. Do you understand that this is Satan operating over all of these people? And they're stalking and monitoring in violation of Title 18. Using the roads and the highways to do so. Interstate Commerce, 8FZF654, 7PZF986, 7KYX617, Snap-on, 8JHK389, 8LXX905. See, Snap-on, license plate is 76194R2, I believe, substantially similar. 7HEW566, 7DYL260, 8JHK389, 8NXC051, 8RGT555, 7DXT, 125, but I can't really see that, molesting. And they're monitoring at Baker's. Everybody at that venue is monitoring. 8JVA035, 7YKM306, 7HAV325, 76035P1, 8SPT729, 7MRS932, 6UJN122, 6CDK325, 7VPK343, 8LWZ599. All right, molesting. License plate BU10J98. Okay, molesting. They're all sex offenders molesting my body, touching without consent. All right, stalking while touching. And let me get these demons that are stalking at the Bakers. All right, Bakers wants to step out in relevant position, monitoring. All right, this is a third party with their backwards hat on, monitoring in directed light. Taking a smoke break in directed light, monitoring. 4PUM289, 7SXW884. See. License plate 5XO5953. That's called amplified audible activity. Are you catching on to the pattern? It's in direct light. 8JHM358. 7VWT504. Uh-oh. C 8TMM795, 4JTW297, all of them molesting, touching on my body. 8EQL601, operation of her communication device, her and her double chins. All right, it's 6:22 p.m. Fake moon over this Baker's, where they are monitoring via a drive-through. All right, and directed light, P.O.C. And they are the same entity, by the way, that stole my property. I'm gathering more names. Stole my property, not just yesterday, but you're talking about stole my property in 2019 when they stole my car. I've been documenting this. This is us establishing what is a pattern. Another occurrence of the entity stealing property, engaging in obstruction of justice, hostile because I'm prosecuting them. And I am prosecuting them. All right, that's going to what's the creation of policy. You understand an entity that's monitoring engages in such criminal acts, theft of your property, kidnapping your person, all right? Criminal summoning of law enforcement who are monitoring. 8JEZ589. This is speaking to the creation of policy. License plate 6BAK369. All right, and this entity, Enterprise, is monitoring. Enterprise is monitoring demons standing in the parking lot in direct light and operation of their communication devices. Enterprise is the same one that the group's stalking in their Enterprise vehicles, P.O.C. It is 6:23 p.m. License plate, let's see, 95571R1. Seven YHP 914. 8YNS 956. 8W9. I can't say that one. 26656X2. 8RST 659. 43608. I can't even see that one. You swear something. 6TPA 625. BT20Z20 paper. 8CDK 742. 8LEF 756. 8JON 317. It's 6:25 p.m. And that is P.O.C. This is Metrolink engaging P.O.C. That's audible activity in directed light. And that's amplified. So let me show you my double shadow. There we go. Hold on. 1, 2. All right, so what I'm speaking to, first of all, is I've got 3 shadows. Metrolink is creating amplified audible activity that is not ordinarily that loud. That's the psychopath that just turns it up even louder as I come to the Fontana Metrolink, as though that makes it realistic that you're hearing that train volume at the Fontana Lewis. Second of all, it is occurring in directed light, so it doesn't matter what they do with their volume. It's audible activity while they are in relevant position, using it what is a commercial means while these demons are pacing around with demon double and triple shadows. And that's what I took a picture of. My shadows, that I have multiple shadows while I'm standing under what are supposedly ordinary lamps on the Fontana Metrolink grounds, while Metrolink, again, at 6:33 p.m., another train going eastbound, all right, amplified audible activity under the fake moon. That's also what I took a picture of. That is no longer over the Arco. As I walk north back up to the Fontana Metrolink train station, the fake moon is in alignment with me, while Metrolink is engaging in that activity creation, okay? And it is centered on me. That's why the environment is present. That's P.O.C. License 1399976. That's Omnitrans bus number 1262. Creating light activity. It's 6:34 p.m. License plate 8VPF396, molesting. Seven minutes later, that's Metrolink. Not stopping at the Fontana Metrolink train station. It's a means of audible activity. All right, I want to be clear, Metrolink trains stop at every stop. It's not like the bus where you're requesting a stop. That was Metrolink crossing path as a means of activity creation. That's criminal facilitation while it's monitoring with the government. And that's 8 minutes later. It was 6:33 p.m. This is 6:41 p.m. P.O.C. All right, Metrolink providing audible activity for Omnitrans and the third parties on the grounds of the train station to monitor with communication devices. License 1399976. That's Omnitrans and that is Route 14 in relevant position. And that is also Route 14 behind it. 2 Route 14 buses at the Fontana Metrolink train station. They're monitoring and creating light activity. And that's criminal facilitation, as Metrolink is used as a method of activity creation. It is, and that train, by the way, Metrolink, was going eastbound, not stopping at the train station at 6:41 p.m. And that is how the bus has been used as audible activity as well. It's exceedingly loud, amplified audible activity in directed light. Everything is intentional in the demonic environment. 6:43 p.m. KSC 596 8YKV012 8XEE648 8AZF132. All right, it is 7:30 p.m. and I am getting off of Route 66 at the Vons at 81 West Foothill. Thank you. And it is currently 7:30 p.m. and this is license plate 1404974. Okay, engaging in monitoring. This is Upland Police over here. Let me get them. They're in direct light monitoring with the let me get this. All right, what I got is Upland Police that is stalking. All right, they are present with simultaneity to my getting off of the bus. This is not a coincidence. This is the entity that is tracking my every move as I get off of Omnitrans Avenue in directed light. The state is also molesting with directed light. Upland Police is group stalking that is crossing path in the parking lot of 81 West Foothill, Vons. And I captured for your eyes to see 7:31 p.m. in the city of Upland. This is the Upland Police under what is the fake moon in perfect alignment with me while they are stalking. And the fake moon is directly above. You can see that in the picture. That is the same fake moon, not the actual moon, following from city to city, remaining in perfect alignment with me like the state does with its fake sun during the day. And I am in the city of Upland right now at 7:32 p.m. And let me be clear, that is the image and images alike is going to be the prosecution of the state of California. Okay, Upland Police engaging in molestation, the demons of the city of Upland that I've heavily documented. Okay, the state's fake sun keeping it over this city while I'm at the Upland Public Library or this Vons during the day, not when I'm in Fontana and not when I'm in Ontario. And these demons are molesting right now, engaging in federal stalking. And that's why also the fake moon is over this parking lot. It is, by the way, and you can look at that image, that is the evidence of what is stalking by the Upland Police and what is directed light as well. I want to get some sex offenders that were engaging in molesting. This is Vons at 81 West Foothill. This is the entire plaza is monitoring, in addition to what is the Uptown and Country Plaza across the street. All right, molesting 4UWC 959 6XPE 040 4KZP 960 1794 183 8JBF 796 6TLZ 848 6DTY 747 96008S2 88759B3 88440T2
8VZF030, 8KNC512, 6NDV937, 8UZK919. And these are the same sex offenders that like to stalk in the bathroom under the fake sun during the day. Okay? That shows you the predator that they are under that which is not the sun, the demons that they are in that directed light aiming inside of the shaded structure in the front of that store. But you've got the fake sun that's over me in the city of Ontario, remaining at transit over the museum. Okay? 8KNC512, it doesn't coexist. They're predators and they're sex offenders. And they're also sex offenders molesting with that which is unnaturally occurring light while they're stalking in the path. All right? 4WQX862, 7CKX 067, 8AST 601. All right, this demon stalking under the fake moon, coming right around to touch. Can't get enough of that documentation. 8XBW969 is a demon-possessed stalker, okay? She's a psychopath and she's a sex offender. The same with YAHAGH. All right, and he looks as demented as he is. Some demons hide it better than others. Nobody can hide it from their conduct, though. That's what you can't do. Satan cannot deceive you. Satan cannot help but be itself. All you got to do is pay attention, and I'm showing you what are the telltale signs. And these demons are engaging in criminal conduct, so you're going to prosecute all of the cockroaches. 6KPE040 stalking in the darkness. All right, that's a sex offender for you. It is 7:34 p.m. Oh, this one's scrolling around to come around and touch. Let me get you this. Hold on. BT12885. BT128A5. I'm sorry, 8A5. That's a paper plate. Looked like an Asian male. He sped around the corner very, very quickly to make sure that he touched me with light. That's going to the whole entity, including the Upland Police Department, who are in this parking lot like the rest of the cockroaches, the demons that are stalking. Absolutely demented people who are very violent sex offenders, demons that are robed in Vaughn's uniforms, demons that are driving in C-Class Mercedes. They're demon-possessed. They're psychopaths. Guess what? When they get out of those nice cars, they got 3 and 4 shadows, speaking to the fact that they are psychopaths and they're stalkers. I don't care how nice of the car it is. This demon walking around with a flashlight and directed light, that's an outward demonstration of demon possession, and he's stalking. P.O.C. All right, Satan's got 1, 2, 3, 4 shadows as he's walking by me. That's P.O.C. It is 7:36 p.m. All right, and that is a demon-possessed stalker. That's Satan using that 4-eyed dweeb. All right, he's a loser in life, and he's also a loser in eternity. It is actually 7:36 p.m. P.O.C. Showing you what is molestation, the demon-possessed stalkers of Uptown and Country. It's the same entity, the people of the state, and that is molestation from across the street. That's the state's directed light. Headlights are not reaching that far, covering your whole body. That would be blinding to other drivers, unsafe to other drivers. I just have to give you the common sense behind what the entity is doing. That is the desperate acts it engages in, though, to touch my body, okay? That's what they're doing. While they're stalking where I go, they are touching my body while they're doing it. And that's Uptown and Country. That entire venue is going to be prosecuted. I'm specifically documenting them right now. This is where I'm at. And that is speaking to what all of them in relevant position are doing. All right. And this is where I'm at. And that was touching. And I did take a picture of that. That's called molestation. It's 7:37 p.m. This is P.O.C. This is molestation, license plate 8BES748. All right, you want to be clear, don't be mistaken. When I say the entire entity, that's exactly what I mean. The demons that I documented in the city of Upland stole my property. It is the same demon-possessed entity. It is the same government monitoring through the people of the state. They're one. And those thieves equally engaged in criminal obstruction of justice. Very violent sex offenders that are thieves. You're seeing what the entity is actually like. They're criminals, okay? And they stoop to no level is beneath them. This is the bottom of the bottom. You're talking about demonic activity. And these are the cockroaches that I am documenting them as. You know them by their deeds, and they're doing it. I'm not making it up. They're doing it. And they stole my property. 8SBU661. It's the same entity. And everyone that I'm naming, while they're stealing my property, molesting my body, stalking me, and terrorizing with the state that's meeting with helicopters everywhere I go, they're terrorists. They're psychopaths. All right, and they are dangerous thieves trying to steal my property, and they did the same thing in 2019, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. All right, I've been documenting those that are going to be prosecuted and held accountable for the criminals that they are. All right, this is what California is really about. While demons are driving around and posting themselves on TikTok, on Facebook, like they have something popping, and I'm telling you they don't. Satan is a liar. S-O-O-C-H-I-C. If Satan had it so popping, he wouldn't be stalking me. And he was stalking, he stalked the wrong one, because I'm going to tell you about all of Satan's minions, and then I'm going to drag them in court because they're engaging in criminal conduct. I'm going to drag them. I'm going to drag them. It is 7:39 p.m. And that is Uptown and Country, and this is the plaza anchored by Vaughn's, engaging in sexual violence, stalking. Ongoing impossible light covering all of the parking lot from Uptown and Country, okay? They're demons. All crawling around like cockroaches they are under a fake moon. And during the day, under a fake sun, as you've already seen in ample video and images. Alrighty, it is, by the way, currently 7:40 p.m. And this is, again, Foothill Town Center. 8 WMT 138, sex offender, stalking, molesting. 8 DMJ 205, a psychopath sex offender. All right, and whatever children, if they have any children, this criminal conduct is directly probative of their very danger, actually, to those minors. This is a direct indication to the mindset, to the danger posed to an American citizen, let alone children, okay? And they understand the demon-possessed engage in the P.O.C. with and via children. That's exactly what the Ontario Ovid Family Community Library demonstrated and provided documentation of. Criminal facilitation of sexual violence, sending in a little demon-possessed child to create activity, to engage in sexual violence that sex offender knows is being documented. Presenting that exposure to a minor. It's going to be documented as criminal conduct. Understand, that's criminal facilitation by the state. And that mother demonstrating the fact that she is entirely unfit. And I gave you a close-up of that double chin sex offending group stalker who sent in a minor to sexually violate. 7JHG312. It's called criminal facilitation. License 87197Y2, and they routinely engage in that. 7LH, I can't really see that one. 8PLB436. License plate. This psychopath, the fake moon, is telling you what's wrong with them. 8TLN606. Okay? It's an absolute psychopath and a stalker. In a cartoon environment. Okay? Just lights all over the place that is unnaturally occurring in an environment that is entirely made up. All right? They're in a different galaxy in the state of California. All right? And it's on the roadway to hell. Okay? That's exactly where they're headed. They're psychopaths out here, and they're very violent criminals. Very violent. And that is not excusing it. It is the exact same for the Upland Police. I just showed you an image, and I've already showed you the video of what was literally the demonstration of demon possession by the Upland Police Department, and you've seen a wealth of documentation of the Ontario Police Department demonstrating the exact same. All right, and it's not only a demonstration of demon possession, that is the demonstration of unworthiness to even bear those uniforms. They're a danger. They are a danger to the public. Not only criminals, you're talking about psychopaths who are demon possessed. And they're showing you by their conduct. All right, these are demons wearing police uniforms. Oh no, they need to be restrained. Many of them are going to federal prison, but they certainly have nothing. 8 WMT 138, that's a demon. They certainly need to be done with law enforcement, and you're talking about disbanding such agencies. All right, that's what Upland Police Department has demonstrated for you. Did it again under a fake moon, you're stalking. All right, in directed light, you're a sex offender. You're a terrorist, okay? And you're criminally facilitating that with the people. You ain't got no business in law enforcement. None. None. That super duper thirst you see of the stalking, it is the same thirsty stalker. It's demon possession operating in everyone. That's why that little punk looking little Asian boy, whatever he was, speeding around the corner, make sure he can come around and touch me. He's a stalker.
Super thirsty. License plate. I'm gonna quench that thirst too with a prosecution. 3 UAJ 203. I'm gonna quench that thirst. C. Bear towing. No. Hold on. Golden bear towing. Coming over here to maintain light. Golden bear towing. Let me get you this. Hold on. All right, that demon driving that golden bear towing truck, he's maintaining light. 90569G2, doing so in a tow truck. That's golden bear towing, and I captured what is a license, the California number, but let me recite it on my podcast. California 493889. And that is the demon monitoring to that audible activity while the demon is maintaining presence of the path in operation of this communication device. That's P.O.C. All right, let me show you what is the fake moon. Alrighty, that is a terrorizing threat. 90569G2, golden bear towing. They're probably not even big enough to even pay for a federal prosecution. That's terrorism stalking with light, and understand that's directed light while they are manning the path and parking right in front of where I'm standing in the parking lot under what is a fake moon that remained over me from Fontana, okay, is nowhere near the Ontario Museum, but that's where the state's going to reside over me. 630 North Fern, if I'm there, or if I'm at the museum, that's where the state's fake moon is there, following from wherever I'm at, just like the fake sun that you saw over the Ontario airport, not close to being over 280 North Lemon Apartments. Pay attention to the pictures. All right, pay attention to my videos because I'm prosecuting an entity with that. And I'm showing you what is wrong with them, that which you cannot see, and the environment is yelling it out to you. They're demons, and this is demonic activity, and the state of California is engaged in that which is a matter of public corruption. Federal stalking. All right, that's Title 18 conduct. It is currently 7:45 p.m. And that is molestation by golden bear towing. Oh, hold on. Let me get this demon. All right. Molesting with golden bear towing. Operational communication device 23286G3. All right, license plate 8GQN704, molesting. Golden bear toy loitering in relevant position. All right, molesting the entire time, and they're engaging in an orgy. This is what the demon possessed are doing while they are together, reaching out and seeking after to touch all over your body with that which is unnatural and very creepy demonic light. Okay, this is a demonic orgy. That's exactly what they're doing because they all are touching you together. They're all seeking after you, stalking you, tracking your steps, and making sure that they touch on your body. And I'm putting it in those terms because you need to understand the sexual violence inherent to that predatory conduct. Monitoring with golden bear molesting. 8JSV. Oh, I can't really see that one. Hold on. It is currently 7:47 p.m. though. MKG 412, I believe. It is 7:47 p.m. and this is Upland, so I guess this would be the city of Upland turning on and off the street lamps. Okay, they were off and now they're back on. That's called light activity. All right, was doing that while I was in the midst of providing some legal analysis and doing so in concert with the molestation of Uptown and Country. I'm just identifying a venue, all right, where the ongoing light activity, that's just the state aiming directed light, okay? This is the lights go off right now, so let me show you that. And doing so in real time, that's not a coincidence. This is the demonic activity of an entity that's hanging on my every syllable, okay? Lights go off right now as I document that they're going on and off. 6YGJ854. That's called light activity, and that is called terrorism. That's the city of Upland, by the way. And you can see in my picture the fake moon right there above my head, where golden bear is stalking right here, maintaining light. That's a demon. Representing a company that's engaging in the use of its vehicle, bearing its logo, its company, identifying what is demonic activity. This is terrorism, stalking in concert and on behalf of a public entity, while the fake moon is directly above, okay? Speaking to what is stalking and nothing less but stalking. All right, license plate 7LXV515.
All right, molestation by the group stalkers entering inside of the plaza. The entire venue is monitoring and molesting. That is the Foothill Uptown Center. They're all monitoring. They're entering and molesting. Golden Bear is remaining, loitering, molesting. Uptown and Country, right here across the street, molesting. All right, P.O.C. This is an ongoing demonic orgy. All right, and this is what the target individual is subject to, and you're going to prosecute for what is that violent sexual offense. All right, license plate 8XPR 405. That's audible activity which is in combination with the ongoing directed light and molestation. 8WND 317. 7DEZ 1. I can't really see that one. 7ROJ 416. 8RKV 473. 8TE. I can't really see that one. 7XSE. I can't see that one either. You can scratch that one. 7SMA 776. 7SMB 139. MYSTT01, I believe. And it is, by the way, 7:50 p.m. 8UXV 650 or 640. Can't really see that one that clearly. All right, I want to show you what is remaining in relevant position where I am, where also the city of Upland has turned the lights on and off. And they are engaging in ongoing molestation coming from Uptown and Country. And understand, that's just concerted conduct. They're demons that are patrolling. The state is aiming directed light because their headlights are not molesting, covering your entirety of your body from across the street. This is blinding traffic that would be... This is common sense. This is the state's pattern of conduct. It's the same one directly related to the state stalking by helicopter as I exit the library. This is that same exact pattern of conduct, okay? It is 7:51 p.m. Let me show you what is stalking in the path. All right, that is Golden Bear that is remaining with light, okay? And aiming it, understand their headlights are our method of light activity. And I've shown you what is the unnatural light, for example, while they're stalking outside of Stater Brothers. A predator waiting for me to walk past their car, tracking my steps, knowing that I'm coming out of the store, is aiming light. And I step into that light so you can see that those are not ordinary lights. That's directed light, and that's why it was magnified in size. At the same time, the state is flying over by helicopter. First of all, that's a demon. That's a predator waiting to touch. All right, getting in the path so that way you have to walk through. This is what the state is doing at all times. I documented a bunch of predators and sex offenders coming from the library, okay? They're predators and sex offenders that I'm documenting now. This is a psychopath sitting on the side of the parking lot, targeted on where I am, molesting with the rest of these sex offenders in nothing but a commercial vehicle, okay? It's a uniform prosecution. First and second of all, my other point is that you are speaking to what is an ongoing pattern of conduct. The state engaging in stalking via helicopter upon my exit. This is exactly what the state did as I exited the 7-Eleven at 636 North Vine, all right? And I want to document what is Tracy Banks. She is engaged in that ongoing sexual violence. This is the psychopath. First of all, she's monitoring, knows everything that is ongoing, and is at a distance waiting to arrive, subjecting me to that harm. The state's going to keep its fake moon over her car. The state is aiming directed light in her car while I'm in it. I called her well in advance, understand? And she is engaging in a delayed presence while the state is monitoring, while the police are visibly arriving. This is that third party whose name I know, Tracy Banks, okay? License 4WON432, sex offender and molesting with Golden Bear towing. It's not different, okay? It is not different at all. It is P.O.C. and this is 7:53 p.m.
Walmart's on this street.
75185E3, 7MAL191, HANNON1, 7UPS433 at Mountain and Foothill. Let's see. BU51LO2 paper 6ZBC718 5TJN604 8SFS263 8FTR858
Walmart.
And it is, by the way, 7:57 p.m. Capturing images of the fake moon that's in perfect alignment with me while I'm at the Mountain and Foothill Boulevard intersection. Moving from directly over me, well, from Fontana Medellin, first of all, but from where I am remaining, where Golden Bear is stalking, where Upland Police are stalking, and I'm capturing that image right where they're driving by. That is distinct movement of that light source that is speaking to the stalking presence of the entity, and I'm documenting them by license plate, the ongoing sexual violence that they're engaging in, right, and monitoring via communication devices on the roads and the highways while engaging in that sexual violence together corporately. All right. It is currently 7:58 p.m. and that's a picture that I took. You can see it right over as I'm looking out the window. The same conduct with the state's fake sun that follows where I go, remaining right over me. It is 7:58 p.m. at 1540 West Foothill Boulevard in Upland. 8 RYS 248. 8 UCP 609. 7 MBN 586. 8 DVS 623. 8 BLM 263. License 6 YEE 295. 6 MYP 942. 6 MOK 170. Sorry, 6 MQK 170. 7 UWX 452. 8 ATK 751. 8 RMK 135. 7 UUR 110. 8 LMG 137. 8 VQX 675. 6 VGB 990. 8 XRC 641. 8 UJJ 181, I believe. 8 LFE 747. BP 72W53 paper. 7 GZH 001. Okay. 6 CTY 480. 5 LKF 036. 8 TTG 243. It's 8 p.m. All right, stalking with light, maintaining presence right behind me, 5T54876. Walmart providing flickering lights in the parking lot, directed light on the building of the Walmart while that little raggedy, teeny tiny Toyota truck drives by. There isn't even any light. Hold on. It is 8:02 p.m. Let me show you the fake moon. All right, stalking to get in the path is 8CZN945. That's what you see in the picture while I am taking what is the fake moon directly over that car. They're all stalking together. Walmart is creating light activity, 8SMG018. And that's a group stalker whose license plate I read, whose image you see, that vehicle in the picture. They speed around the corner. The entity is listening to every word I say, knows I'm about to use my phone. So I included them in the picture. You're looking at what is a stalker in the state's environment. It's 8:02 p.m. and that's the state's fake moon over the building of 15040 Walmart in Upland. Hello, Vlad. There you go. This is not the way that it's supposed to work. Hold on. Let me show you. So, I know, I tried to put it this morning and it doesn't unfold. You see this? It's backwards. There's no way that I could have did this. It's backwards. It's supposed to come all the way down. And I didn't want to pull it all the way down because then this was bend. But it's supposed to be like a, like a down thing. How do they put them together? They put it on backwards. This is supposed to be on the other side. This is supposed to be over here.
I know we don't manufacture it ourselves, I don't think.
Yeah, but it's incorrect either way.
Would you like a refill?
No, I'd like to get another one. I want it,
The other one is correct. I don't know.
Well, if you guys want to grab one off the shelf and just bring it up here, hopefully it'll work. We'll check it before you leave.
I'll have to do it before, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I keep this up here?
Yeah, I can hold on to it.
I can't do nothing with that. Thank you. It is 8:04 p.m. Everybody in the store is monitoring. Walmart is a venue that is inclusive of every single last person. And they are in the presence, stalking like the demons they are, maintaining presence in the path inside of the venue. P.O.C. It's 8:04 p.m. This is activity creation, maintaining noise in relevant position. Thank you, Vlad. That's P.O.C. That's a demon. In your face smiling. Have a good night. All right. Engaging in demonic activity monitoring. This is Walmart, P.O.C. All right. License plate 8ZAS 541, 8VHS 455, molesting 8NUC 078, 7NLP 547, 5LKF 036, 8DIX 711, and it's 8:13 p.m. Stalking with activity 8VHS 455. Eight NNX 653 33449T. Hold on, 33449T2. 8 SAR 524. All right, and these minions are molesting and stalking in the parking lot, and the fake moon is right over the building, which you see Walmart at 1540 Westwood Hill Boulevard. All right, license 8UJJ182. Seven VYT 662. All right, molesting. This is let's see, 7MRR 419 and 4KSU 289. I'm at 7-Eleven. That's at 7th Street in Marino. This is in Upland. At 1594. That's the address. 1594 7-Eleven on Benson Avenue. There we go.